Hey everybody, thank you for joining me once again. This is Donna Stinson. Welcome to Can We Talk About It, where we do talk about that elephant in the room. Um, Before I go any further, I want to give a shout out today to my sister Sharon, my brother James. As always, my wonderful husband Charles, thank you so much for being in my corner and watching over me and being my covering. I really do appreciate you picking me as your wife. I also want to give a shout out to my niece Claudette Brookins, who's a very good young lady. She graduated from high school. I believe she had a 4.0. She was in track and field. I think she was in the young legal Eagles. She went to college. Um, she has a young daughter now, and she loves her daughter. She works. She's just one of the young people that's doing it big. So shout out to Claudette Brookins. Hey girl, how you doing? So what I want to talk about today is the Statue of Liberty. Did you know that the Statue of Liberty was actually a portrait of a black woman with chains broken off of her arms? You can see the chains on her wrists and on her feet. Um, it actually was not a gift to the United States. Before the United States even was wanted to even be bothered with the Statue of Liberty, a man by the name of Frederick Bethelhedy, he was the actual sculptor, the person who made this monument, and that's the way that he portrayed it. And the reason he made the Statue of Liberty that way is because of the Civil War, and because of the Civil War, that's why slavery was so called abolished. And a lot of people are feeling like, a lot of young people do not get their history because of the certain books that we read out of in the schools. And it's just said that America equates the slavery and the Statue of Liberty would bring me your huddled masses and whatnot, or any stuff like that. But the Civil War was basically between the North and the South. The North, there was able-bodied white men who was not getting work because of slavery in the South. So the Northerners was like, uh, you have to stop slavery so everybody can get full equality here. Not really everybody, basically just the white man. So they were like, "No, shoot, what we need to, you the one don't want slaves, we want them." That's actually how the war began. So after the war, um, the world was looking at the United States because they could not understand how barbaric these people could be to a whole nation of people, which is really so sad. So what had happened was this particular Bethelhedy, the sculptor of this black woman, he went. It wasn't originally for America. He went to Egypt and got a black Egyptian queen to do this portrait of the Statue of Liberty, the person, the statue that he wanted to make, because he felt like uh, a lot of people felt like abolishment had came in. There was no more slavery and this, that, and the other, and he wanted to do some type of contribution to the black people in the United States that went through the things that they went through. So he had looked for backers in America, but nobody really wanted to be bothered with a statue of that magnitude of a black woman with chains on her hands and feet. So he basically what he was going to do was he was going to have it erected right in the middle of the Red Sea as a beacon from the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. Over the years, after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, this is actually when he started uh, putting into uh, vision. His vision started coming to pass after Abraham Lincoln had got shot. So he took the beacon of the lady right now, because the original beacon was a light. It was a lantern. It wasn't a torch. And he brung it to Philadelphia. He was showing off the different parts of the Statue of Liberty. That's what was going on with the Statue of Liberty. And American investors came in with this novice idea, like, okay, seeing how, the country is saying there's no more slavery and all these immigrants are coming over here, let's use this statue as a so-called light to say this is where all the masses can come and whatever, what have you. But what they told the sculptor was, you can't have those chains on her. We want to change this and change that. And the sculptor, the author, he was really, he was going to go along with it. He just didn't want them to take all of what the person represent out of the monument. They said that what they were going to do was they were going to leave a chain on her, but not all the chains on her. So instead of a light lantern, they used the torch, and instead of the chains on her wrist, they put tablets in her arm. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you, black women, is we're a lot more powerful than we give ourselves credit. The Statue of Liberty, I heard a lady by the name of Joyce DeGruy, and she was talking about how she went to go visit the Statue of Liberty, and they take you through it. They have a tour guide. They tell you what's going on and so forth. So she asked them, "Where's the chain? The chains that was on this artist's work. Where's the chains at?" So he couldn't like really answer the question, or he didn't want to answer the question in front of the group. So at the end of the tour, he was telling her, that the chains is still on it, but it's like he showed her a picture where under the dress, and this still holds true now. If you Google it, if you go to see the Statue of Liberty, which I feel like is an insult to the black race, especially the black woman, I don't feel like you should go, because basically, when the original Statue of Liberty was invented, it didn't have a long dress on. It showed the scars of the women, the hands. It showed us in our form from slavery. And this European Statue of Liberty, it shows it being covered. But actually what it's doing is covering up that chain. And in my guesstimation, I'm feeling like they covered up that chain to cover up this dirty little secret that they don't want the world, which everybody already knows, that United States treated black people so bad. They mistreated us, they abused us, they snatched us away from our loved ones, they took our babies out of our hands right after they were born. They raped us and had children with us, and then beat us because they got us pregnant. Black women, the reason I'm talking about the Statue of Liberty, because the Statue of Liberty was supposed to be a beacon to all who suffer these grievances. And once again, the United States flim-flammed us with this. The destination for that Statue of Liberty actually wasn't going to be in New York. They first decided to put it in Niagara Falls. Then they were going to put it somewhere in LA. Then there was another state in the United States that they were going to put it. But let's just get something clear here. That Statue of Liberty was never a gift, and the United States was not the first people that was offered that statue. So I just want to get that straight. I want my black people to know to quit letting the government flam you. We are more than conquerors through him that loves us. All of the things that's been invented in this world, I'm not going to say that they haven't done nothing, but we've done 90% of the things that's going on. We are such royalty, even in our regs and even in our opposition with the enemy and being chained up with the enemies. They were still being monuments erected to us as being as strong as we could. Now we walk around here with our butts hanging out, with our breasts hanging out. Women, we are more than our butts and our breasts. Way more. I cry so much for these women that run out here. You feel like you making a dollar. You are being used, honey. You feel like you getting over on these men that's out here taking advantage of you. You are being flim flam once again. You think it's all right for somebody to fall for you and want to stalk you? You are more than that. They stalk you because of your beauty and the way you stand, the elegance about you. They use you when you use yourself. Do you know when the Statue of Liberty in the United States was erected, only 2 women came to that event? Because at that time there was no voting. Uh, and women was just actually inanimate objects. They were basically like children. You are to be seen but not heard. But these bold women, they didn't go to christen this statue. And in Boston in 1861, they had a meeting going on dealing with the Statue of Liberty because there was at a point they was going to make the Statue of Liberty gold. But then they decided to make it copper because it was closer to a black woman's skin. Then the Europeans came in and said, well, we're going to buy it, but if we buy it, you have to change it to some other way. So that's how the Statue of Liberty began to be that way. But in Boston, they were having a meeting in 1861, and and there was a group called the Serengretis, and it was a group of women. Now, I don't know if they was black, but if they were, God bless them. And I'm gonna look that up and find out about that to see if these women was black, because this is like some really deep stuff. They would go to these places and heckle these men and go to jail and tell them that why should they be sitting up in kitchens and when they can't even vote and they don't have a say on the way that their image should be portrayed. I mean, it's deep. Google it, look it up. It is so deep. And it's all rendering from the black woman, this artist showing the black woman letting, actually it's supposed to be letting the world know that the black race is free. So come to United States of America because we all can live together in peace. That's a lie from the pit that the United States of America is trying to make us believe. And the lady, there's the young lady I was telling you about, Dr. Joy DeGruy. She said that they went to Ellis Island, and that's where they keep like all the immigrant, papers of the people that then came to the United States, I guess since the Lady Liberty was there or whatnot. And she say she looked on the wall and it was talking about the immigrants of the descendants of the Germans, and then the immigrants of China and this, that, and the other. And then she said she looked down there and then it says forcible immigrants. I mean, what is that, forcible immigrants? How can you be an immigrant of a country that you was forced to come to? I when she said that, it made me feel like every little dirty thing that the United States have done to black folks, they just trying to sweep it all up under the rug, and anybody who speaks on it is, they're treasonous. They're terrorists because they don't want their dirty little lie to get out. And I'm so tired of us falling for this brainwashing as far as uh going to different people's places. Like Chinese, they go to Chinese places. Caucasians, they go to Caucasian places. Black folks, Jewish folks, they go where the Jews are. We go everywhere because we want to be like everybody, and there's no cohesiveness, no closeness, no togetherness in our own race. What is that? We all want to be like so many other people to where we don't know who we are, where we came from. We know nothing about our history. This little bit of nugget of jewel of information I just gave you should be enough to tell anybody I'm a strong black woman. And the United States lied and said that they were going to give our nation the same rights, dignitaries, accolades, all of that as them. And they lied. They lied to us. I'm not saying that it's everybody's fault because we as a black nation was brung up to have racism in our own culture, and that is so sad. And we need to stop that. Now, white colleges, what they do when it comes to their people, is they socialize them. So after they get their education, they go right back into their own neighborhoods and give. But we don't do that. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for bringing up the history. I don't know if you have viewed Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes, ma'am.
but
All four of them.
yeah, we need to have education centers set up in those churches that are not bought off. We need them to open their doors up and let our children learn about who they are because they have been stripped to be educated of their identity and their capabilities. And this is why you got the blind leading the blind because we are the first created, most infiltrated,
Yes, ma'am.
and most hated. And we need to understand and learn why so that we know what we're fighting against. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am. And you have a blessed day.
You too.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you, caller, so much for calling. I'm so glad that I can reach the people and get out there and let you know that there is an infiltration going on, has been ever since we were brung over to this land. Now, the bad thing about it is we were brung over to this land and we were adopted by nobody, and our own race wouldn't even come and fight for us. So now we're not even a part of that right now. So, who are we? If we don't know where we came from, where are we going? What are we teaching our young children? Who is teaching us? Because no matter how old you get, and I'm going to continue to say this, you always need a mentor. You always need somebody to lead and guide you. No man is an island. You can't learn. I mean, there's things that you can learn on your own, and you can be self reliant with a lot of things, but knowledge, the understanding of knowledge, I believe, is not one of them. It's good to get all types of different backgrounds, different types of summations from and summaries from the things that you hear and read, and that's basically how I come up with the things that I believe in. I do believe that there are a lot of mothers I want to talk about. Even back in the days of our forefathers, mothers and fathers held their children so sacred, so close to the breast because they knew that as long as they taught them and put all the wisdom that they had within their children, that they would live on. Now, I got a question for you women out here shaking your butts, messing over your children, running from men to men. What kind of legacy are you leaving your children? What are you doing to position them for if anything should happen to you, even if they're a little child? What are you putting in their head that they can remember and hold on to that will get them through? Now, you may be asking me, what did you put in your children's head? And I'm going to tell you, my children got took. I told you that. But before my children got took, I was a great mother. My children didn't want for nothing, and they learned everything there was to learn. Before, like I told you before my children, before my son especially, even hit kindergarten, he knew his addition, subtraction, and multiplications. So when my child had got took, and I hadn't seen him for 18 to 20 years, Me and my son had a conversation maybe about a month or two after we started talking, getting familiar. And he was like, Ma, you know what? Education always came easy to me, but at one point I didn't want to do it. But the only reason I did it is because I remember when I was on the stage when I went to from first to third grade, and you ran up there and you were so excited and you was letting everybody know that I was your son. That's what made me continue in my education. So you will be amazed of the things. It don't matter whether your child is with you or not, thank you, Jesus. But you will be amazed the things, good or evil, that you put into your child. That's a part of you that you don't even know. Once again, like I said, you have to examine yourself. You have to examine the way others look at you. I'm not saying you got to care how they feel or what's going on with them, but you need to examine how others look at you, because you have to have communication with people. Communication in any relationship. I don't care if it's brother, sister, husband, wife, just a friendly friendship. Trust and communication are the two most basic rules in any relationship. So if your child trusts you, everything that come out your mouth is going to be law to them, especially when they're small. I don't know why I'm surprised, because I don't know why I keep doing this, but me and my husband was talking about something, and I thank the Lord that He opens my eyes to things. See, you can't assume that everybody knows what you know, and you have to meet people where they are. Now, in order to meet a person where they are, that don't mean come down to their level and all that. It just means understand their shoes, the shoes that they're in right then and there. It just means be a little more patient. That's what it means. To my sisters out here, I'm not sitting here at this podium over these last weeks, talking you down or trying to degrade you, because half the things y'all did, I went through and I've did myself. So that's not the issue. I'm not here to downgrade you. I'm here to lift you up and let you know that there is a better way. That you need to start learning how to talk with your children. Stop trying to be your child's, especially when they hit their teens. When you feel like you can't control them no more, you want to be their friend and start hanging out with them and smoking weed with them. That's not your friend. That's one of the reasons me and my oldest daughter don't talk right now, because I'm not your damn friend. I'm your mother. And that's the way that you women should talk with your daughters. They are not your equal. And that's why a lot of these communities are walking around with 12, 13, 14-year-old children having babies. Their mothers let them stay in the house. They don't got to do nothing as long as they watch their children. You ruining your children doing stuff like that. We, the black women, give me your tired, your homeless, the ones that we don't want. This is the United States, but this is basically what the black slave woman was doing. They took that from us. They took that from us. How they come up with something like that, as barbaric as they are? That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So look, ladies, now I'm a very strong-minded person, strong-willed person. Sometimes I can be very judgmental, like I told you before. I'm working on that. Sometimes something can get in my head, and somebody's trying to tell me that your way is not the right way, and I can get stubborn, so stubborn, and not like shut down, not want to hear what they have to say. The Bible says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. When I became an adult, I threw away those childish things. How do you expect anybody, especially your children, to listen to you when they see you not listening to nobody none of the time? So on that note, I just want you sisters to know that God is good. Don't stop quitting whatever it is that you want out of your life. Anything is possible to them that believe. No man is an island. You have to have a higher power. We're on this earthly plane. There's only so much that we can do. And as you get this higher power, find out what higher power you get, because the devil blesses his children too. So there's a lot of people that say, I'm going to heaven. And then when your real father come, you're going to be like, oh, that's not my father. Yeah, yeah, you just didn't know it, but yeah, I'm your father. So you better find out which team you're on too. So I thank the Lord for WHPR giving me this chance to come to you and let you know the things that's going on in our community, the history that's not being told to us. I thank you so much for going to TV33 WHPR app. You can go watch some of my past shows there. You can also go to www.youtube.com/Don Diva 63. You can go there. I will be having also some other new stuff under Can We Talk About It? Once again, Mr. RJ Watkins, thank you so much for giving me a podium to speak my mind. The crew, thank you so much. Miss Willis, Miss Michelle, thank you so much. RJ Watkins, Brother Bay, you guys are the greatest. And until next week, please, people, stay strong.